Hi there. We are talking about being consistently positive today. Now, I have to be honest with you. Sometimes people think that I am not true in my positivity or get a little bit annoyed with it. And that is simply because I live in a state of positivity. I prefer not to linger in the negative. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, it absolutely happens. Things absolutely happen to me, but I make a conscious effort to try and find the silver lining, to try and figure out what I can do to make it better or serve me in a way that I can appreciate it for what it is, learn from it, and move on. So I'm going to teach you today some of the tips and techniques that I do to really get started with my day, things that I do when stuff comes up. And then at the end, I'll also tell you kind of how I wind down my day a little bit, but typically it's the beginning of the day that I focus on even more. What do I do to start my day? To start my day, I actually try and find some peace and calm. And it's not always possible. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, you may not know that I'm a mother of 4 and my husband works out of town a lot of the time. So I am here alone, and I am here when the kids get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or when they've been up all through the night and then again at 5 o'clock in the morning. So let me tell you, how do I manage the calm? On the days that they sleep in, I get to open my eyes. I try to actually go to sleep with the curtains open some days so that I can see the sun shining in the morning. I can hear the birds chirping. It really starts me off in a really nice, calm, peaceful place. If the kids are up early, I get them some cereal. I get them sitting down having a bite to eat so that I have a few minutes to myself. After that few minutes to myself, I start to do little things. So some people might journal or meditate, do yoga or exercise. I typically will turn on some music because that's what gets my blood flowing. I will turn on some music, I'll sing, I'll dance, I'll interact with the kids, and I'll just kind of get moving for the day. To me, that starts me in such a positive zone already because I start to think about all of the good and great and wonderful things that are around me. If you had seen me 20 years ago, you'd think I was a different person. Honestly, I had a lot of fun and I had some great friends, but at the same time, anything that affected me so deeply. Something small would feel detrimental to me. And it just took so long for me to get to the point to realize that I don't have to live like that. I can live in a place where I flourish and people around me and everybody around me is happy and healthy and I'm happy and healthy. And like I said, it comes up once in a while where things come up. Actually, every day something comes up, but I get to choose the way I respond. So I can react, and when I react, I get angry fast. You jump the guns, you whatever. I can react, or I could be more calm and try and figure out solutions and look at it strictly from a place of what's happening and how do I solve it, right? Sometimes it's a mixture of both. But really, it comes down to being two different types of problems come up. One is environmental problems, so something that's going on around me, or usually problems up here where I'm taking something too personally. I'm in my head space a little too much. Maybe I'm not feeling confident enough. Things like that can come in. So it's environment or it's me personally when it comes to something negative. And I want to step you through the processes that I take for both. So when it comes to environmental stuff, I had somebody tell me something once that was so impactful and the way that I started looking at things and responding. And I really want to share that with you. I wish I could give them credit, but I really don't remember where I heard this from first. So please just know that this isn't my own thoughts, but it is something I strongly believe in, and it really helped me shift the way I look at things. So what it is when you look at something that's happening around you right now, in the moment, that's affecting you right now. It could be somebody mad at you for something. It could be something that broke on your house that needs fixing. It could literally be spilled milk. Okay, something happening there. Start thinking, how is this going to impact me? How will this affect me tomorrow? How will it affect me in a week or a month or a year? Will I still remember this big problem or something that I'm reacting to in a year? Will I still remember it in 10 years? If it's not something life altering, it's probably not something worth reacting to big. For the lessons you can learn from it, look for something positive that came out of it. Look for whatever you can hold on to for it. Something broke in your house, well, now you get something new. Might not have been the perfect timing for you, but that's the case. Or maybe you recognize that you didn't even need it that much, right? So start thinking about, how does this impact you? If you were on your way to a meeting and you got a flat tire and you had to reschedule the meeting, that flat tire could impact you in knowing whether or not this might be the ideal person for you to partner up with for your business in the future. If they react super negatively towards you, it's probably not somebody you want to work with. And if they're very kind and appreciative and tell you, hey, guess what? This is perfect timing. Somebody just came and dropped off brunch for me to sit down and enjoy, and I'd really like to take some time for myself. Let's do it tomorrow. Then you know that might be the type of person you want to work with. So sometimes silver linings really do come from mishaps or environmental factors that are out of our control. And sometimes that silver lining is simply a pause. That flat tire could have simply been that you needed to pause and have a few breather moments just for yourself. Taking the emotion out of it, of what you might lose or what you were anticipating would come from the meeting, and really just looking at it as, well, the fact is my tire is flat and I can't go anywhere. It is what it is, right? No reason to hold on to any negativity. So let's move on to now this kind of negativity. Now that usually comes from people being really rude or really mean, including ourselves. So that could be a fear or a confidence or a what ifs that get in our way. And the best way to overcome that is just to change our wording. So here's what I want you to do. If you have something that's coming up right now that seems to be, it could seem small or it can seem big, but it seems to be weighing on you a little bit, and you feel like it's holding you back, or maybe you're just not wanting to do something because you're feeling a little bit weighed down by this. Take a piece of paper and write down your thought as it is right now. So not the positive side, just whatever it is right now, write it down, and then let's pick it apart a little bit and explore how we can change it. We are going to reframe the situation. Now, this is a word that comes up a lot in the coaching community, and it's pretty much, let's flip the script. Let's change it from that negative side to the positive side of things. Because if we can look at it from that angle, we can find a lot more passion and excitement about moving forward in it. So let's say it is, I really don't want to do a live video because I'm scared people will judge me. Okay. So I really don't want to do a live video. I'm scared people will judge me. So that's almost like, what if people judge me? So when I hear a what if statement, I try to flip the script by saying perhaps, or what, instead of a negative what if, a positive what if. Well, what if people judge me? Well, what if people love you? What if people need to hear your message? What if it brings out more confidence and lets you expand yourself? So instead of staying in the what ifs that are negative, we can switch the script. What if people judge me? Okay, what if people judge me? What if I do it anyway? So what if I do it anyway? And then start writing what you will gain from doing it. So if you have something like that kind of comes up as a what if, say, what if I do it anyway? And what would I gain from that? So if you say, what if I go live and people judge me? I'm scared because I don't want people to judge me. All of a sudden you switch it to, what if I go live and people love me and people want to connect with me and people want to learn and grow and develop who they are? What if I make a difference in this world? What if I impact so many people that everybody's living in a happier space? Now, that's me. I want to impact more people. And I started by doing simple little live videos in a small group before I came over to YouTube because I wanted to get comfortable in it. And now I'm at the point that, what if? There's always going to be negative people out there, right? But I don't want to let that affect me. It builds my mental muscle much stronger, and it makes me much more confident when I see the impact I can have on others. So figure out those what ifs that will really impact you in such a positive way. Or the perhaps. Perhaps it's meant to be. Perhaps if I do this, I'll gain more clients. Perhaps more people will be inspired to do more with their lives. So start thinking about that side of it. Flip the script. Now, let's say it's something else, like something happened in your past that's emotionally traumatic to you. If it's something that's super traumatic, go get some help. Because sometimes you need other people with more education, more background, and who have seen that trauma before to be able to help pull it from you. So if it's something that you're not finding you're getting through, seek extra help, okay? But if we can get through it and pull out a more positive statement, like, oh, I'm scared or I'm not confident enough, can be changed to, but I will gain confidence in doing it. And my children will see that confidence and they'll know they can do anything. Well, you tell me what isn't more impactful than that to a mom, right? So to really start exploring that positive side of things. What if I make an impact on their lives? What if that changes their family life? What if that if we start looking at what ifs from a positive perspective, it feels so much better. So once you've flipped it to be more positive, how does that make you feel? Does it make you uncomfortable? Be okay with a little bit of uncomfortable. That's how we know we're growing. But does it make you uncomfortable? Or does it make you start to feel like, hey, I can do this? And when I feel like I'm doing something that I'm meant to be doing, it is that much more powerful. So if you can really tap in to the power of you doing whatever it is that you feel a little scared to do, tap into the power behind it. And realize how much more meaningful that is. What if I don't do it because I'm too scared of judgment and I can't help people on the level that I'd like to be able to help them? What if people judge me? Now, don't get me wrong, things happen, but I just don't hold on to them so big anymore because it's not worth my time and energy to let something that's not going to affect me. Like I said earlier, if it's not going to affect me even in a week or two from now, why am I going to let it consume me? It's not worth my energy. And I want you to be in that same place. So if you're having trouble flipping your script to a positive thing, start thinking about taking a look at the actual words. So change the wording so that whatever's in there that's negative is flipped to its exact opposite, and then read it back and reword it so it makes sense. But do that and you're going to find, oh, what a change it makes. Read it out to yourself. Read it at nighttime before bed if you need it to sink in further. Don't lose sleep over someone else's stressors that they're trying to impose on you. It's not worth it. Anyway, I hope you found some value in this. That's how I run my day. Start it nice and positive. I try and think through things that come up and switch it to the positive if I can. And to be honest with you, after doing it for so long, it comes very naturally. It might take some time for it to come really naturally, but it will come. And then once that comes in at nighttime, I'm able to relax a little bit more. I'm able to fall asleep when I'm tired. Nothing stresses me out to the level that it used to. If you're trying to find the right wording for flipping your script, write down your negative statement in the comments below and I will help you to shift those gears. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe and ring the bell and we will see you next week. Bye.